Hey everybody. 10,000 subscribers. 10,000 subscribers. It's such a huge milestone, and thank you all so much. Um, it was a long time ago that I got to the point where I just don't have words anymore except to say thank you. So thank you all for this huge milestone. As far as words, I'm just gonna kind of stream of consciousness this one and tell you a few things that have been going on. I haven't really planned it, honestly, and that's the funny thing because I've been talking about this for a while, asking for ideas. What am I gonna do when we hit 10,000? Um, and I still, honestly, it's not planned. I couldn't come up with any ideas because what do you do? What do you do when you hit 10,000 subscribers? Well, okay, a couple things that I will do. I'm going to tell you about a few things. I'm gonna have one of our little, let's call it a fireside chat without the fireside. So I want to talk about a few things, but there's a couple things I can do just to be kind of funny. I couldn't plan this a lot because first of all, it happened so fast. This happened so amazingly fast, and I'm in shock. I really am. Uh, I've said this about a couple of the other recent milestones that the channel's been growing so fast, I just don't even know what to do about it. It's obviously amazing and awesome and incredible, but this one was the fastest yet. From 9,000 to 10,000 was 11 days, and actually the videos are even shorter in between because it took me like 3 days after I actually hit 9,000 to make a video, and I almost made this one yesterday, which was when we actually hit 10,000. But I actually wasn't feeling very good. I had a horrible headache, and that's part of the reason I haven't planned this out better as well. As some of you know, I've been a little sick. Just to let you know, I am feeling mostly better. I've still got a little bit of lingering cold symptoms. I have a bit of a cough at times, and some mucus and stuff, but it's clearing up bit by bit. I'm feeling a little better. So first of all, let's just make this a little interesting. When I way back now, when I hit 1,000, and I think it was like early last year or something like that. I don't even remember. I did some funny stuff to celebrate that one. I put on a funny Viking hat and some glasses with like a fake nose or something, and I drank a pint of beer just to say cheers to all of you. And I'm not going to drink a pint of beer today, especially because I'm sick, but I do want to say cheers to all of you, and thank you so much. And I want to make this a little fun. So there's a hat. There's a funny hat. That's kind of lame though, isn't it? So how about we try some funny glasses? I mean, they're not that funny. They're 3D glasses. That might have a weird effect on the camera. I don't know. It was weird when I looked in the mirror with these. But okay, that's not. That doesn't quite get the spirit of this though, right? This is a celebration. We should have some fun. So there it is. There's the Viking hat, and I can't even like turn it properly in the camera, but Viking hat is back. So let's do that. And now I'm going to speak seriously while wearing a Viking hat and these not very funny glasses, but I want to talk to you. So I do want to say, obviously I've said thank you, but I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you specifically because a lot of you wouldn't realize, and I didn't even realize, that you all have saved me, actually. You have really saved me because, truth be told, my business, my real job, let's say, has started to fall apart a little bit. And I know I talked rather emotionally about, having a little extra money coming in from YouTube and how big of a difference that is for me. And I talked about how, just to buy some tires and stuff is a big deal. And the funny thing is I still haven't even bought the tires for my car. I've actually, unfortunately, in some ways, I've come to have to rely a bit on this YouTube income that's coming in at this point because my real business has not been doing quite as well. It's not like it's tanking outright. I mean, it's generally been fairly stable for many years, but I knew that this was probably going to happen eventually, that my real business was going to start to decline a bit, and I've lost a couple customers this year. It's probably not that surprising considering how much time I've spent on YouTube and on family life, and I've had a whole series of events in my life. I haven't been able to put as much effort into my business. But the truth be told, don't feel bad. Don't feel like I've, put aside my business for this YouTube thing either, because truth be told, I knew this when I took it on. It was a business that I kind of inherited from my uncle, and it was way behind the times. And I knew that I couldn't save it probably all by myself. I kind of just took it on as a way of like having some freedom, and being able to do my own thing. And that's where I took that business from. And I knew it was way behind when I took it on, and I knew that I probably wasn't going to be able to really save it. I hoped that maybe I could, but it's not looking good. So yeah, I mean, it's probably in a slow decline. If anything, the YouTube channel's been growing so fast that if anything, I might eventually be able to like reinvest some of the YouTube money in my real business to just have something to fall back on. And that's kind of become my plan. And I want to give you a bit of a roadmap for how I see this channel going and working. And I've talked about that too, that with some money coming in from YouTube, I can start to shift some of my focus from my business to YouTube. And I'm happy to do that, because, that business wasn't going anywhere anyway, really. And, I'm still going to put some effort in there, and I'm still going to try to keep that going, because it's still, so far, it's my primary income, and YouTube's like my secondary income. But YouTube is becoming gradually a more and more significant part. And that's thanks to all of you. So again, thank you. And you've literally saved me, because without that money coming in from YouTube, I probably wouldn't be able to, keep doing either one. I'd probably have to go get a real job. And so thanks to all of you, I don't have to get a real job. I can keep doing this. And if this YouTube thing keeps growing, I can focus mostly on YouTube. And that's the roadmap where I see this going, that, gradually I'm going to shift more and more of my focus onto YouTube. And, I wish I had more to show you right now as far as my plans for this channel. I've talked a lot about my plans for this channel, so I'm not going to go like way into depth on that. You can look at my previous subscriber updates. I've spent a lot of time. And by the way, if you want to start your own channel, was that my last one? Was that the 9,000 or the 8,000? I went on for like 50 minutes or 55 minutes in one of the recent ones, and it was somewhere around the 40-minute mark. I talked about, how this happened for me, and my advice to any of you who are starting channels. So, if you are, or if you're interested in how that happened, again, I forget, it was the long one, either the 8,000 or 9,000. One of those was really long, and I went into that, fairly late in the video. So check it out if you want. But yeah, short version of where I see things going. So right now I'm just trying to grow this channel. I have been talking to somebody about some artwork. They've done, some prototype work. Unfortunately, it wasn't going to work for me or for them to try to get that done in time for 10,000. I did at one point kind of hope that I would have the new artwork for when I hit this milestone, 10,000, but I really didn't move my butt on that one. I didn't really get going on it. Actually, somebody kind of came to me, and I was just really impressed with what they had to offer. So we're getting it done, but you can't really say it's because I was so proactive about it. So that'll be coming at some point. It's like the mobile update for Terraria. It'll be done when it's done. But hopefully soonish, we'll see. So I am getting some new artwork for the channel, and I'm really hoping that will help, convince some people who might not otherwise have looked seriously at the channel, because if you look at the current artwork, it's a joke. If anything, it was almost meant as a joke. Like, I made that artwork myself, and it's crappy because I'm not an artist. So it's like my old intros. It's like a joke, and that's fine, and I'm okay with it. I don't mind poking fun at myself and my low budget, and that's why I did the artwork the way I did, because it's like a public acknowledgement of how low budget the channel was when I did it, which was very early on, and things are still a little low budget, but we're getting there. We're there's money coming into the channel, and I wish I could reinvest it all in the channel. Unfortunately, as I say, I'm having to rely on it a little bit just to live my life. And that sucks because I want to reinvest that money, but don't worry, I will be reinvesting some money. And I've started to actually occasionally invest a little bit of money in, those things where I'm playing with my friends. And obviously I've talked about the equipment that I've bought and the acoustic foam and stuff. I have invested some money back into the channel, and I want to do that as much as I am capable of doing that within my budget constraints. But I am doing a bit of that, and I've bought a few, cheap games for friends and stuff like that, just to try to get a little more variety, and I want to do more of that. There's lots of games I want to try, and that's who I am, that I like to play a lot of different games. Obviously, Terraria is going to continue to be a major feature on this channel because that's what most of you are here for, and I'm going to keep doing those guides, so don't worry about that at all. But I'm going to expand. I'm, as I've said before, planning to start doing like 5 videos a week around the beginning of summer. I'm thinking maybe first week of July at this point, but we'll play it by ear a little bit. I want to start preparing some of that ahead of time. I'll start probably recording some videos ahead in June. I have two stepdaughters, and they will be home in July and August. So if anything, I might record some videos ahead of that, just so that I don't have to worry about telling them to be quiet so I can record. Funny things dealing with real life, So yeah, I want to say thank you for like basically saving my lifestyle, maybe. You've really saved me, and I hope that I'm always going to do my best to try to repay that. And right now I'm just trying to support my family, and so some of the money from the YouTube channel is going to that because my other income dropped a bit. So yeah, still haven't bought my tires, but I'm gonna have to do that very soon. Warmer weather has finally come to Canada. It was literally like 2 weeks ago we had a giant ice storm, and like just 2 weeks ago it was that cold. It was right on the edge of freezing. That's of course 0 Celsius, or 32 for you crazy Americans and your nonsense Fahrenheit. That's a joke. It's a joke. I'm kidding. Actually, you guys are like the biggest viewers, the biggest group of viewers on my channel, so please don't take offense. But I do find the Fahrenheit system kind of funny, because even like right here in Canada, we're right next to you, we use Celsius. Everybody else uses Celsius, and 0 makes sense as a freezing point. It's just convenient. It's just a matter of convenience. That's the only reason that I think that's funny. But anyway, yeah, we had a giant ice storm, and yesterday it was 25 degrees Celsius, and geez, I didn't try to, I converted, well, I didn't really have to convert because I know what the freezing point is in Fahrenheit, but in Fahrenheit, that's, let's see, 25 times 1.8. Anyway, it's around like 80. It's probably close to 80, maybe a little more. Anyway, yeah, so like from freezing to really warm in, a week or two. And so that's Canada for you. And, so yeah, the warm weather is here, and I need to get a new set of tires, is the moral of that story. So I will be doing that, and thanks to you, I can maybe barely manage to do that. Budget's really tight at the moment, but we're surviving, and that's thanks to you. And I want you all to know that. So as this does a little better, any money beyond my basic needs, as much as possible, I'm going to put that back into the channel. It's not like the channel needs a huge investment. I have my audio equipment. I have my acoustic foam. I have my computer. But there's a lot of things I can do for the channel. As I say, the artwork, as it turns out, I'm probably going to get that pretty cheap. But artwork is a cost. So we're going to get some new artwork, and that's coming whenever it's done. I don't want to pressure anybody there. I do have, somebody actually there. Yeah, there's a whole story why they can't do it immediately too. Basically life happens, right? So when it's done, it'll be done, and I don't want to worry about that. But it'll be coming, and we're gonna get some new games. I was playing actually some Shell Shock Live with my friends not this past weekend, but the weekend before. So I'll probably upload that footage at some point. I'm really just like, I actually have a huge backlog of footage from games I've played with my friends, and so that's where some of that stuff over the summer is going to come from. But don't worry, that's not all of it either. I'm going to double the Terraria. I'm going to double the playing with friends stuff, and I'm probably going to just do like one episode a week where I just try some game just for fun, basically. Because as I was meaning to get at earlier, which I may or may not have actually said, I like to play a lot of different games. So I want to do one episode a week where I'm just trying different games, and at the same time I want to try more stuff with my friends, and I want to double the Terraria because a lot of you are here for the Terraria. So my plan is to basically do one guide a week over the summer, and then do one like let's play episode of just me playing. I'll probably start with an expert playthrough, and then when that's finished, I'll probably do mods, like different mods, and maybe I'll do different classes or something. There's a lot I can do there, just different playthroughs. So I will start to do that. I'll probably do one episode of that every week. Kind of thinking I'm going to do Tuesdays and Thursdays Terraria. That's easy to remember, right? The 2 days that start with T, we're going to have Terraria. That's my plan right now. I haven't decided which day is going to be the guides and which day is going to be the sort of let's plays, but that's that plan. And then probably Mondays and Fridays will be the stuff where I play with my friends. Fridays, FPS shooter games probably, because that just sounds convenient as well. Monday multiplayer, whatever. These are ideas I've been considering. And whatever Wednesdays, which is where I just play whatever game I want to try out. And that I think you might be interested in. So there's tons of indie games, and that's probably what a lot of those Wednesday ones will be, because I actually love trying different indie games. Some of them are really amazing and they get overlooked, and I'd like to both try them myself and help bring a little more attention to some of them, that especially the ones that I think might be worth it. I'm not really going to find out until I try them, but yeah, that's the sort of short-term roadmap. The longer-term roadmap I've talked about too, where if this channel grows enough, I want to bring on first one of my friends and then additional friends. And like, I just love the idea of like a group of people playing games. And some of them might do some guides, and we might even start other channels. I've had some ideas for other channels. So this little channel, see, I still have the cough. This little channel is only the beginning, and this little channel with its crappy joke of an artwork, and this little channel with its low-budget nonsense, this is all only the beginning. And I mentioned in the last one too, I've purchased some proper editing software. I've barely had time to look at it. Another thing I've talked about in the past too, that I was working on a huge project for my business, and it was like a year and a half I was working on that, and I finally just finished it last Friday. So that's less than a week ago. I finally finished it, and that's a way to start celebrating 10,000 and to start celebrating the growth of this channel. To have that behind us, I'm still going to keep working on my business for the time being. I have to. It's still my primary income, but I can start to shift the focus more because A, I got that done, and B, the channel's becoming a more prominent part of my life, and a more prominent part of my income as well. So the focus is going to start to shift, and you're going to start to see some changes around here. And I know I've been promising that a long time, but this is why I'm telling you what's actually coming a little more at this point, and when, and so on. Stuff's happening. So I don't know. I ramble in these a lot, and some of these have gone on like way too long. So I'm going to keep this one short. I just wanted to say thank you, and I just wanted to have a little fun. And obviously I'm not that exciting or that fun, but here we are. And I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you enjoyed, just having a little chat and just hearing the news on the channel. And, maybe the next big one, maybe I'll have something more exciting to do or something. It's funny because a lot of people do like challenges and stuff. I have a health issue, and I can't do like anything involving sugar, which is one of those things, people cram stuff down their mouth and whatnot. I can't do that. Even like a hot pepper challenge or something, I don't know how my system would react to that. Although I do eat a fair bit of spicy food, but yeah, I mean, the kind of challenges, especially the challenges involving consuming things, those don't really work for me because I have like a health condition. And of course, being sick still at the moment as well, you know, oh well. It is what it is, and that's some of the reasons I didn't and couldn't do those. But hey, funny hats. I don't know. I'll have some other things. Oh yeah, and there was my Halloween one where I wore a mask. I did actually have a mask, and it's a funny mask. I really like that mask. But anyway, yeah. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a part of this, and thank you for being any tiny little part of this channel. Us hitting 10,000 subscribers, and I just want you to know that that I'm thinking about you, and that I'm thinking about what I can do for you, and that I want to, you know, I will be repaying your loyalty and your support as best I can over mostly the longer term, but some of that's coming soon. So I want you to know that, and thank you for watching, and thank you for viewing all the other videos, and thank you for subscribing. Oh, and yeah. The reason that we hit this so fast in 11 days instead of, you know, it was like 13 or 14, which is still like ridiculously fast. But yeah, we surged big time on the video I released last week, that like NPC drops and how to murder them, which I honestly didn't think was going to do well. I was really surprised by the reaction to that. I was actually I didn't even know what to think of the reaction to that. I thought, you know, it was kind of funny, a little tongue-in-cheek, twisted humor, because I have twisted humor, but you know, I don't let that out very often, and I thought, you know, people might be like offended, like, that's disgusting, these are beloved NPCs, why would you tell us how to murder them, and especially say that word and make it sound so dirty. Obviously they're just made of pixels, but and I'm certainly not advocating, you know, anything in real life. I was a little worried it might be somehow controversial, but you know, especially with all the big scandals these days and everybody getting upset about things in general, I was a little worried people might take that badly, and you know, I might get a bit of flack for it. But here we are. It's my fastest growing video ever by far. It got like 50,000 views in a week, and like literally like jaw dropping, hitting the floor. Like I just didn't know. I don't even know how to, I still don't know how to react to that. It's calmed down a little bit, but it's still the video of all my videos that is currently at least getting the most views. There was a point where it got like 9,000 views in one day. And it's like, what do you even say about that? And like, I didn't think the topic was that exciting, the actual topic of like, you know, here's some stuff you can get if these guys die, who are like your friends anyway. But yeah, it turned out ridiculously popular, and I guess that's the closest I've gotten to like a viral video. I don't expect to ever have a proper viral video on the trending list or anything like that. It's not what I'm going for. I'm not going for views at all costs. I'm not doing clickbait, obviously. I just like playing games, and I want to share that with you. And if I can pass on some knowledge by making some guides, great. That's where I'm at. You know, I'm not here to make as much money as I possibly can. I'm just here because I love games, and I'd rather do this than work a real job. So yeah, I just want to share that with all of you, and you know, that's part of my long-term vision for the channel, is like one of those, there's a few big channels where it's basically some, you know, some friends playing games together, and that's actually always been my view for the channel, my vision for the channel. That's actually what inspired me, you know, watching one or two of those, and I'm like, this is just some guys playing games for fun. I can do that. So that was the original reason I thought, hey, maybe I should start one of my own. I can do that. But then I stumbled into, and I talked about this in one of the, I think that same one where I talked about, you know, how this all happened for me. I literally stumbled into making guides, and that's cool too. I kind of enjoy that. I enjoy sharing information. I obviously enjoy talking at length about things. And I have gotten some flack about that. People say that I go on and on and on, and I do. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to argue that. It's true. I go on and on and on. Given the chance, I'll just talk, and I have a lot to say. With these, though, these subscriber updates, I know I tend to go in circles, so I'm going to try to cut this one a little bit shorter, and because I think I've said most of what needs to be said. So again, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll probably do another one of these at 11,000, but yeah, it's to the point where like every 1,000 probably isn't going to make sense anymore. So I'm thinking I'll do 11,000, and then I'll do 12,500, and then I'll do 15,000. If that makes sense to any of you, let me know what you think. And again, ideas, what you want to see on the channel, what games you want to see, what topics you want to see, and so on. Feedback is great, and I do listen to all of you, of course, and I will try my best to keep responding to your comments. It is actually getting a little tough to keep up with the volume of comments. It's getting a little tough, so we'll see where that goes. I'm going to do my best. But thank you, and I want to keep in touch. So, catch me on Twitter as well, by the way. It's a decent place to catch me, or just in the comments on YouTube. And, I do actually have a Facebook page. Almost nobody pays attention to that. I did actually reserve both a Twitch account and Instagram account, both of which I have not used. I have reserved my domain, groveman.com. It exists. There's not really a website there. Not really. And yeah, so I mean, these are things actually, I did all of those quite a while back. And so, it gives you an idea of how I'm always trying to think ahead and plan ahead, and I'm always coming up with ideas for this channel, and I want to hear your ideas too. So thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, thank you for just being here, and thank you for what you've all done to help my life and my dreams become, this other big step closer to reality. And my dream is just to sit here and play games and share that with you. So, so thanks for that. And I guess I'll see you next time, probably 11,000. And at this rate, it's not going to be long. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and all those other things. Bye for now.